Ray Brown's Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
By Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com. And by Hog Island Audubon Camp. For full camp schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to our show number 1060, during which we'll revisit and update a chat with a woman who leads a very special birding by ear program at the University of Michigan, Dearborn. Plus, we'll listen to an audio postcard from Tennessee with some Mississippi kites. And Mike O'Connor's Let's Ask Mike Live segment will enlighten us about the best time to buy a bird bath and other rain-related revelations from the boss of the backyard birding world. I want to take a moment to mark the passing of a great contributor to the world of birds and birding, Don Stokes, who, along with his wife Lillian, produced 35 Stokes guides, including books on bird behavior and backyard birding, as well as beginner's guides and the Stokes Field Guide to Birds of North America. Don and Lillian also produced and hosted Birdwatch, the first PBS national television series on birds. Don Stokes passed away at the age of 78 on October 7th. Well, one of the many great things about birding is that you never know what you might see. That point was brought home this week just down the road from our Talking Birds home studio here in the South Shore of Massachusetts, with numerous reports of a roseate spoonbill spotted at a place called Green Harbor Marsh. Said to be just the second ever recorded sighting of the bird in our state. We plan to go looking for it in case it might still be there after the show. Here's today's audio postcard. It's from Ken Briscoe doing some two-wheel birding in Tennessee.
Hey, Ray. I wanted to tell you what just happened. I was riding home, rolling slow in my neighborhood, and I saw a shadow go across the road right in front of me. So this time I looked up and right, and I saw a large bird, a raptor, and it had flown over me. And as I caught sight of it, I got to see it start its dive. It was like 40 feet high when it started, and it was so cool to see it instantly streamline itself and really noticeably accelerate, almost straight down. At about 6 feet, it started flapping around, and I guess it missed its first attempt and was making last-second efforts to get a dragonfly, but it all was over in maybe a second or two. I did get to see that it was a Mississippi kite, and dragonflies were out and about. I couldn't tell if he got one or if he didn't and gave up, but I was home within like 60 more seconds, and I looked up and there was another Mississippi kite, and he was flying low. As he flew over, I got a real good look at him, and as he left, he hollered, "Fitzhugh!" I think he liked my motorcycle riding jacket. Happy birding to everybody.
Happy birding to you, Ken, as well. I should point out that we put that motorcycle sound in there. That was not Ken revving up his motorcycle near those birds. Got an audio postcard for us, so would you like to make one? You can do it from your kitchen window or any place else where you're looking at or listening to birds. Just get a smartphone or something like that and make a description, record a description of what you're seeing or hearing. And then just send that file to this email address. It's ray@talkingbirds.com, ray@talkingbirds.com. You could be easily fooled by the sound of this bird. It's our mystery bird. Might not be what you'd think it is immediately, but here are some clues as to its identity as we do a preview here of our mystery bird contest coming a little bit later on in this morning's show. Here are the clues here. Our mystery bird is a small gray and brown perching bird with a long barred tail, often held in a cocked up position. It has a thin pointed bill and a long white stripe over the eye. Our bird is found in thickets and woodlands and parks all across the U.S. Southwest and up into parts of the state of Washington and British Columbia, Canada. It feeds by gleaning insects from leaves and lower branches of shrubs. Clues in the sand of our mystery bird. Prize number 1 is from Brome Bird Care. It's a fabulous mega 600-feeder with an extra-large tube that holds nearly 2.5 pounds of seed. Easy to clean, chew-proof. It includes the Brome seed ventilation system to keep the seed cool and dry. And because you shouldn't have to sacrifice style for comfort out in the field, we're happy to offer a $25 gift certificate for Bird Collective. Everything from T-shirts and tank tops to bags and books, all featuring birds. Prizes there and all that on the Mystery Bird Contest coming along in just a little bit here. We're on a push to add more members to our Talkin' Birds family, listeners who have stepped up to help us spread the word about birds and conservation, and we hope you'll consider doing it. It's really easy. We send you some cards. You hand them out at your leisure, friends and neighbors and fellow workers and fellow bird lovers. And that's how the whole thing works there. We want to say thanks to Nan S. from Cranbury, New Jersey. And Nan says, birding teaches patience. I need patience. I think a lot of us, or probably most of us, can relate to that, Nan, and thank you so much for that observation and for becoming a Talkin' Birds ambassador. Talkin' Birds listeners, please join Nan and our Talkin' Birds ambassadors family so we can get the word out to more folks about birds and the importance of conservation. To sign up, just click on the Get Involved tab at talkinbirds.com. Thanks. Still to come today, we'll revisit and update a chat with a woman who's doing good things for birds and birders at the University of Michigan Dearborn. Also today, Mike O'Connor will join us for Let's Ask Mike Live on the topic of rain. And up next, it's today's featured feathered friend, presented by the Bigger and Better BWD magazine, with each large format issue packed with beautiful photographs, illustrations, and in-depth articles ranging from backyard birding to birding abroad. Experience birds up close with BWD at bwdmagazine.com. Many parts of the lower 48 states and southern Canada are enjoying fabulous fall foliage right about now. But when winter days arrive and the reds and oranges of fall begin to fade away, bird lovers will long for some splashes of color to brighten up our backyards. And to the rescue, it's today's featured feathered friend, the evening grosbeak, a stocky, robin-sized finch with the male flashing bright yellow plumage on the back, rump, and underparts, contrasting with a brown head and a heavy pale yellow or ivory bill. Females are grayer and have a greenish-yellow bill and white-tipped tails. Matt Young and his teammates at the Finch Research Network predict a moderate flight of evening grosbeaks southward this fall, with the possibility of some flocks wintering as far south as the mid-Atlantic states, as well as areas of the Southwest, coming down from Canada and parts of northern New England and the upper Northwest states in search of food. In summer, evening grosbeaks eat mostly invertebrates like spruce budworm larvae, caterpillars, and aphids. They also eat a wide variety of seeds, and in your winter backyard, they'll readily dine, preferably in a tray or hopper feeder, on black oil sunflower seeds, and lots of them. In fact, numerous sources report an instance of an evening grosbeak devouring 96 sunflower seeds. That would be 8 dozen in 5 minutes. You can also attract them with other seeds and buds like maple and ash, as well as hawthorn or crabapple fruits. So load up and hope those bright colors will penetrate gray skies at your feeders this winter. Thanks to our featured feathered friend, Cocothrostes vespertinus, the evening grosbeak. Welcome again to our show, number 1060. Donna Poussaint is an Environmental Interpretive Center staff member at the University of Michigan, Dearborn, and she is a birder who is blind. She's a winner of the 2024 National Federation of the Blind's Dr. Jacob Bolton Award, which honors individuals and organizations that are a positive force in the lives of people who are blind. In 2009, she started a birding program at UM Dearborn for individuals with low to no vision called Birding by Ear and Beyond. And she's here to tell us something about that program. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's wonderful to have you with us and to learn about this great thing that you are doing, you've been doing for a while now. Give us an idea, Donna, of what the course is and how you got the idea for it.
Well, I got the idea because I was working at a camp with blind kids and I wanted to find a way to teach them something about nature. So I found those Audubon plush birds that play songs and we started using them at camp, and the rest is kind of history. When I went back to school in the fall of 2009, I started a monthly program inviting blind adults and children, friends and family to come and learn more about the birds.
And you call the course Birding by Ear and Beyond, so it's about the birds and lots of other things in nature as well, right?
Yeah, we started to add the beyond because we build a butterfly garden and we do a lot of learning about other things, flowers and perennials and native plants, pollinators, frogs, and a lot about trees. So it all works together to help the birds, but it's birding by ear and beyond.
And beyond. And tell us a little bit about how you conduct the class.
Well, we start out inside, but we try not to be inside very much. And we have a theme for the week, the month, like raptors, or last week we made seed balls out of perennial seeds from our butterfly garden. And we have Ode to the Oak, and we learn about the oak trees and the birds that inhabit them. And so there's a different theme every month. And then we go outside and do as much outside as we can. The University of Michigan Dearborn has a natural area, which used to be Henry Ford's backyard and his farm, and the university uses it as an outdoor classroom now. So that's all available to us, and we make good use of it.
Mm-hmm. You know, when we started our Talking Birds on the radio, there were skeptics about that. How can you do birds on the on the radio? I'm wondering if there were skeptics about your course when you started.
Yeah, sure. People think, how would you know what a bird was if you couldn't see it? But, you know, most people who are bird watchers, they hear the bird first and then they get their binoculars and try to get it on the bird. So you really use your ears a lot for birding.
Indeed. I wonder, Donna, are there lessons in the way you teach your course that sighted birders could learn from?
Well, I like to use mnemonics, which is using human words to put to a bird song, like, you know, a northern cardinal, party, 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 or, you know, something like that. And then there's namesayers like the black-capped chickadee and the blue jay and the eastern phoebe. And then there's birds that make a sound that remind you of something, like a chainsaw or a squeaky gate or something like that. So I try to get some kind of memory aid that helps a person when they're recalling what that bird is. And then you get kind of rusty, and in the spring you kind of have to start over and bring those memories back. And I try to do a lot of that.
Indeed. And you've been doing this since 2009, if I have that right. So obviously people are still signing up.
Yeah, it's kind of transitioned. I had a lot of kids that kind of aged out during COVID, but they come back as adults now. And so it's for children, adults, friends, and family. And I've gotten different participants from the university. And once somebody comes, they seem quite interested and they like to come back.
That's the ticket. Well, there's a wonderful Audubon article, Audubon.org, National Audubon Society, they like to direct people to. And we'll try to get a link up to that very soon on our website and Facebook page. But you've gotten calls, Donna, am I right, from other parts of the country about what you're doing, and I want to give your email address, which you've agreed to have us do. But could you say a little bit about what you've heard or who you've heard from in other parts of the country?
Well, fascinating. I got a call from New York the other day, a blind guy that wanted to know if there was any birding there, birding by ear, and I don't really know anything about that. So if anybody's in New York, tell me and I'll get it to this person. And I'm going to be speaking at the Ozark Audubon in February as a result of being in the magazine. And I got an email from somebody in Idaho wanting to know how they could start a program. So people are interested, and I can duplicate myself as much as I can, but I am willing to talk to anybody about how to get a Birding by Ear and Beyond program going, or if they just want to do birding by ear, that's okay too.
All right. Well, this is your email address. It's Donna Butterfly 50. That's Donna Butterfly 50 at gmail.com. Is there a story about that butterfly name in 15 seconds?
Yeah, well, the 50 part is I was 50 when I learned how to use a computer, and I did that because I wanted to go back to school. But Butterfly is my nickname at camp, and it has stuck with me for 20 years.
All right. And look for that Audubon article, but we will put a link to it. And by the way, our own Freya McGregor is mentioned in that article as well.
Yes, she is. I want to meet her someday.
I hope you will. Donna Posant is a birder who is blind, and she's the creator of the Birding by Ear and Beyond program at the University of Michigan, Dearborn. And I am proud to say she's also a Talking Birds ambassador. Donna, thanks for being with us, and here's wishing you continued success with that great program.
Thank you very much.
Donna Posant here on Talking Birds. That's from the Talking Birds archive, a previous interview with Donna. But here's an update. Donna will be taking part in a very special week this month. And if you're hearing our show, this show, before October 26th or on October 26th, you can take part too. Birdability Week runs from October 20th through the 26th, and it offers lots of wonderful Zoom presentations about accessible birding and making birding available to all. To find out more, just go to birdability.org. That's birdability.org, and then click on Birdability Week to see all those great Zoom presentations, including one featuring stories from the blind birder community, led in part by our friend Donna. Up next, it's our Mystery Bird Contest in just 1 minute. The flutter of a tail feather, the flash of a wing bar in mid-flight. You don't always have a lot of time to identify a bird in nature, let alone to appreciate its beauty. But with Vortex Optics, you'll have the power to bring every wild moment closer. When you choose Vortex, you're choosing to have a partner in the field as passionate about nature as you are. Whether you're spotting old friends on the backyard feeder or packing for a once-in-a-lifetime trip to add a few species to your life list, Vortex offers a full range of optics and optics accessories for every birder and every budget. And whether the birds are taking you to another state or another country, you're always covered by the Vortex VIP warranty, an unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. If you'd like to learn more, or if you need help choosing your next optic, give Vortex a call at 1-800-4VORTEX or visit vortexoptics.com. Here we are on the Mystery Bird Contest proper. That would be our bird, a small gray and brown perching bird with a long barred tail, often held in a cocked-up position. Has a thin pointed bill, a long white stripe over the eye, found in thickets and woodlands and parks all over the U.S. Southwest and up into parts of Washington and British Columbia, Canada. It feeds by gleaning insects from leaves and lower branches of shrubs, and it's our mystery bird. And the prizes include that fabulous Mega 600 feeder from Brome Bird Care. With an extra-large tube, it holds nearly 2.5 pounds of seed. It's also really easy to clean and chew-proof. It even has the Brome seed ventilation system to keep the seed cool and dry. And from Bird Collective, your one-stop shop for vintage-inspired apparel and unique accessories, all featuring birds, it's a $25 gift certificate. here in our Mystery Bird contest. Don't forget, a drawing will determine the winner if we don't get a correct answer, so give us your answer, definitively or otherwise, at this number, 781-837-4900. Call as soon as you can. We do tend to run out of time practically every week. Here's that number again, 781-837-4900. Meanwhile, we will check in with Mike O'Connor live. It's Let's Ask Mike in just 1 minute.
Hog Island Audubon Camp has welcomed nature enthusiasts to its shores since 1936. It's a program of the Seabird Institute, and the island hosts 5-night sessions for adults, teens, and families taught by the world's leading naturalists, ornithologists, and artists. Hog Island campers deepen their relationships with the birds and the ecosystems around them during the island's immersive educational camps. New for the 2025 camp season is Let's Go Birding Together. Scheduled during peak fall migration, this session is a safe space for queer birders to connect with nature and each other while learning ways to foster a similar environment in their community's home. For full Hog Island schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.
Down to Cape Cod as we go every week to visit with Mike O'Connor from the famous Bird Watchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Good morning, Mike.
Oh, good morning, Greg. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Mike, it says here... Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead. Tell me what it says, because I don't know.
Oh, okay. I wrote this, so I may not be able to read it, but I'll give it a try here. It says here, the best time to buy a bird bath. And I've heard that Wednesday is the best time. Is that true? Or is that
no? Any day it's raining, that's the best.
Oh, when
day.
It's raining. Okay, Wednesday or otherwise.
And then you don't have to bother filling it up. Then you get out there.
That is brilliant. Okay, yeah.
It is brilliant, actually. Speaking of rain, we here at the Cape we had something like 700 days in a row of nothing but perfect sunshine. And then we got whacked at the beginning of the week with a nasty nor'easter. I think we got 6 inches of rain in 2 days. And usually when there's a big storm, people will they'll stay at home, they'll do a puzzle or maybe watch a movie or curl up with a book. But I decided that it was the day to clean my bird feeders because they're all the birds weren't using them anyways, and some of them I had to take down. It was so windy, so I took all my feeders in, and then I took them apart. And you should pick your favorite day when you have nothing to do. And this was my day. Take your feeders in and clean them kind of on a regular basis. And my advice is first. Take them apart as much as you can. Take all the parts you can. Sometimes I'll tell people take a photo with their phone of the feeder so they'll remember how to put it back together because I got a lot of people coming in with boxes of parts saying to put this back together for me. And then I just take all the parts and I soak them in a bucket or a plastic tub or if you have a utility sink with hot water, and I just use dish detergent. Other people say bleach or vinegar, but I just use good old dish detergent because if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for the birds. And then I scrub all the parts out, break it all down. I use we have special feeder brushes, but you can use an old toothbrush. Clean them all out. And then before you dump the water out, make sure you get all the parts out because sometimes you dump the water out and then the piece goes floating away. So and then set them out, dry them out. I let mine dry the rest of the day and then that night, and then I reassemble them, put it back out there, and then they go. And what I usually do is one feeder at a time. So, if I want to keep one going while I'm doing that, that's fine too. And then you just put them all back together again. And if you have trouble, come see me, and I'll help you put it back together. But some people think you have to bleach them. I don't know. I think dish detergent is fine, but if you want to do bleach or vinegar, then a mild solution of they call it 10-to-1 solution, and kind of spray them with that. But then rinse them off afterwards because birds don't want to eat bleach anyway.
Yeah, the rinsing part. Well, thanks for that.
That's it. So if you got a bad day, instead of staying in the house, if you're bored, clean your feeders.
Yeah, but if people come to your store, they're going to wait for a long time for another rainy day, probably at least 700
That's right.
days.
Another 700 days in a row coming up. of sunshine.
All right. Well, thanks for the warning on that. Mike, thanks. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
All right.
You say it. See you later. Bye.
Okay, we're back to the mystery bird contest. I believe there's the mystery bird, so that would sort of confirm it, I think. And we have Meg. Hey, we were. This is a big Tennessee day today. We had our audio postcard from Ken in Tennessee, and now we have Meg from Tennessee. Hello, Meg.
Hello.
Hi there. Are you anywhere? Near our friend Ken? I forget where he was, though, so never mind that question.
I'm in Bristol, but I don't remember where he was.
Okay, we'll have to look that up. But anyway, on the mystery bird contest, Meg, what do you think?
My guess is the cactus wren.
Cactus wren is, boy, what a top quality guess that is.
Oh, man.
But our sources here say that's not exactly what we were looking for there.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, try us again next time, Meg. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Meg, trying for our prizes, one of which is a Meg 600-feeder from Bro Bird Care. Scott is in California. Hello, Scott.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning. You heard that guess for cactus wren, which we thought wasn't quite right, and you say what?
I say I've got a box full of feeder pots, and I'm heading down to Orleans, Cape Cod.
All right. Excellent.
But my guess is Buick's wren.
Buick's wren. Let me see if that is correct. Apparently it is. The Buick's wren. Not spelled like the car, but Bewick. Absolutely correct. We used to have Buick's wrens here in the East, but populations dropped, I guess, as they say, early in the 20th century. And you know what? We can make a bonus question about why those populations dropped here in the East. Would you like to give that a try, Scott?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me find that mystery bird bonus question. Here it is. According to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, populations of today's mystery bird, the Buick's wren, as we just said, dropped drastically starting in the early 20th century. It's now almost entirely restricted to the West. So whom or what do we blame for this? Is it A, habitat changes, always in the mix? Is it B, snakes? Or is it C, the house wren? One of those is considered to be the biggest reason for the drop of that species, the Buick's wren, in the East. What do you say, Scott?
I'm going to go with the habitat changes.
Habitat changes, I'm sure we can't say that is not correct because habitat changes have so many big effects on birds, but it's actually the house wren, according to the Cornell Lab. They say the house wren, which frequently removes eggs from nests in cavities, may be directly responsible. They also say well-meaning bird lovers may share some of the blame because it's believed that the increased availability of nest boxes may have helped the spread of the house wren and therefore kind of the decline of the Buick's wren. So there you go. But Scott, you're a winner on the Mystery Bird Contest, correctly identifying that Buick's wren. So stay on the line and we'll take care of things.
Thank you, Ray. Happy birding.
Happy birding to you, Scott in California, and the Buick's wren, our mystery bird. With that, we're about out of time. Just a quick note, if you'd like to support our show, Patreon is a great way to do it. We always need help keeping our show going. If you go to patreon.com, look for Talkin' Birds if you'd like to support our show. Thanks to our amazing Talkin' Birds team, Debbie Bleacher, Fran McGregor, our producing engineer, Jesse Wilkins. I'm Ray Brown, reminding you that you can enter next week's Mystery Bird Contest no matter where you are on planet Earth if you listen live. And that's easy to do via the Listen tab at talkingbirds.com. Thanks, and see you next week.
The bird show. I like that.
Ray Brown's Talkin' Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
By Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com. And by Hog Island Audubon Camp. For full camp schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.